Hello, in this video I'm gonna discuss the main differences between INTP versus INTJ. So INTJ is gonna have introverted intuition as their dominant function, so they're gonna really choose a direction in life or choose a path and stick to that direction and stick to that path and do things that go along with that direction no matter what. INTPs will not have this specific direction and path, but with their extra intuition, that's their auxiliary function, they're going to really be good with finding and capitalizing on new ideas and finding a niche and generating new ideas. Well, they're not all about new ideas. They're all about their TI, but extra intuition is going to be, or INTP is going to be better at doing that. But INTP is going to be really good at finding new ideas, finding a niche. While they're not going to have this path or specific direction that they're going to follow to the rest of their life, it's really likely they're going to, especially for the INTP, it's really likely they're going to pick like a couple majors or do a couple majors or like drop out of majors and do multiple majors and like not really be consistent with one thing, because INTPs are idea oriented while INTJs are not necessarily idea oriented, but they don't unvalue ideas. INTPs because INTJs have T as their second function, they're going to really value structure. So they're going to really value a specific set way of doing things that is already done by society. And they're going to really abide to the specific way of doing something. They're going to be really good at it. While INTPs aren't really going to value this specific structure, they're not going to be good at doing this specific set of things in a specific way. So they're going to have trouble with that. Let's see, with structure. But INTJs do not have really big trouble with structure. INTPs, TI, for INTP, TI is their first function, so INTPs are really going to value philosophical thinking, philosophical ideas, anything philosophical, or regarding and this really going to be the part of their identity is philosophy, or anything that's regarding invention too. So while INTJs aren't, for the INTJ, that's not going to be part of their identity. They don't mind philosophy, philosophical ideas, philosophical thinking, but they're not going to necessarily really care about that, while INTPs will care about that. Another thing for INTJs or INTPs, INTJs have interfeeling as their third function. So in their life, they're going to find a specific set of values, and they're going to really try to abide to them in their adult life. And if they don't abide to those specific values, those interfeeling values, then they're going to really have bad self-esteem. While for INTPs, if they will really have bad self-esteem if they don't abide by their interest sensing, which is their first function. So they're going to really be the type, unlike extra intuitives, they're really going to be the type that is really going to value routine-oriented tasks, and homeostasis, stuff like that. They're going to really stick to that routine. While INTJ's fourth function is extra sensing, so they're going to really value doing sports activities, doing things in the external world that feed into that extra sensing, and they're going to seek it later in life. They're going to really neglect that part of their life, and they're going to really have to seek it. Well, INTP's fourth function is extroverted feeling, which means that they're going to really need social connection, social interaction. They're really going to seek it. INTJ's blind spot function or trigger polar function is extra feeling. So they're going to really not going to understand things that help happen in the society, in the realm of the social context of doing things. So they're not going to really going to understand the point of social gatherings and partying and stuff like that. They're not really going to understand the concept of people doing that. They're not going to really value it either. And they're not going to understand why people gather in a specific way or do things a specific way. While INTPs will understand that type of the concept, but they won't necessarily value that specifically because INTPs' extra feelings are fourth function, but they're going to really need it. INTJs do not need social interaction in that way. They need extra sensing. They really value, and it's part of their preference and identity, to not have people around them or to not have a specific amount of people around them. So their idea and their philosophy is that the more people around them, the worse it is. So somebody like Jay-Z, who's an INTJ, being a celebrity is a really bad idea. INTPs have have extra sensing as a core function, as a trigger function. So they're really going to neglect and not be aware of things going on in their external spatial environments, and they're going to neglect that part of life. And they're going to really, in the beginning, they're going to be really bad at sports and physical activities. Also, with the extra sensing as their polar function, as their trigger function, they're really going to have a problem with doing things or forcing their will in the external reality to do certain things a specific way, or to force their will to achieve certain things. Use their force of will to achieve certain things in the external world. So they're not going to be the personality type that's going to have that as part of their identity. They're going to be kind of like the ones like a amoeba or a blob in the ocean type of personality type. So that's going to be innately who they are. They're not going to use their force. They're not going to be able to use force of will to achieve certain things. It's going to be their biggest problem, and they're not going to be able to do that. They're the type they're going to be sitting in their room the whole entire day.